Live. There we are. Live. Internet. Talk to me. He's guns blazing. Yeah. He's doing like some samba dance. I like it. Jazz hands. Oh. Is it like the Napoleon Dynamite dancing?
There's a little bit. Well, just
What's it, that one, isn't it?
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Indeed. That's the
absolutely
one.
right.
Yeah.
Let's do a podcast then.
No, I'm dropping frames. Oh well, doesn't matter. Internet. Who needs it this day and age? I guess this is gonna be loads of fun.
You mainly want a download speed that's an eighth of your upload speed as a general rule. That's
definitely.
That's where it's at, internet-wise. I would say.
I love it. I'm gonna type. I love it.
They're so good, aren't they?
I love it.
Virgin Media. They
gonna team up with O2 apparently.
I don't know why they're called Virgin. It's always fucked.
Good one. Yeah.
Right. we do
See, this is what normal listeners, I mean like the 10 that we have, miss out on. Jokes like this.
I mean, that was gold.
Solid
rolled gold.
Rolled gold. I mean...
rolled. Solid rolled gold. Rolled doll.
Rolled doll.
Rolled doll. Solid rolled doll.
Yeah. Rolled doll. Yeah.
His parents someone has to have a fucking word, surely. Be like, are you sure?
That's not a real name.
Rolled. You know your surname's Dahl, so you want Roll Dahl.
Roll Dahl. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Fine. Anyway, let's do it.
Yeah, I've got loads to say.
Hello, and welcome to the JfG Podcast. It's episode 248, innit? Here we are.
Yeah, it is.
My name's Alex. I'm joined by my good friend Ash, as is so often the case. And
I'm here. Hello.
Here he is, the man, the mystery.
There he is.
How's it? You all right?
Yeah, I am fine. Firstly,
good.
I feel like the public are idiots once again.
Right.
Obviously, I'm made to go to work, which is fine.
Yeah.
I get it. Work, Luckily, I have
nice
a job.
to have a job. Yeah.
Exactly, buddy. It's good to own land.
Indeed.
And,
absolutely.
I've mentioned how nice and easy my commute to work has been the past few weeks. For some reason this week, everyone's like, nah, mate, I'm out. I'm back on the road. Like every cunt has gone back to work this week. And I don't know what's changed. I mean, I don't follow the news. Probably should at this point.
Nothing officially has changed.
Nothing officially has changed, right? B&Q opened, I know that, so
apart
I guess everyone works at B&Q now.
It's essential items like 2x4 and DeWalt batteries.
Yeah, you got to get them DeWalt batteries. I mean...
You're going to want some of those.
To be honest, I have bought a new, what they call drill battery, whilst the lockdown's been on.
There you go.
Yeah, you do need them.
I call it like I see it, buddy. You do need those.
I had 3, and apparently all of them died within a week of each other. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's not DeWalt, though. Typical. It's, what's the other one? Makita.
It is.
Yeah, that's the one. Makita.
Bit of Makita. Yeah, I know my drills. Yeah. Those two, anyway.
Makita. So, yeah. There you go. He's a huge fan of drilling.
I love drilling.
Yeah. Just can't get enough. Yeah. So everyone's a cunt, really, I guess. And looks like, we're top of the table in Europe. So that's good news.
Absolute number one. We haven't won a World Cup for a very long time, but check
Corona
us out with all our
2020. We're there.
People say the US are ahead of us, but if you look at it per 100,000 capita, buddy, then
we're shitting
not
on
so.
them.
We're fucking flying,
yeah,
absolutely
mate,
flying along.
It's in the bank.
Yeah,
we've got this. So now's the best time to go outside, really.
Yeah, probably head out because no.
So yeah, I expect this lockdown to go on for a hell of a lot longer because people, buddy, and
Yeah.
as Slipknot say, people equal shit.
And never a truer
Makes sense.
word was spoken.
No, it's true. I'm looking at myself on the old webcam. I look like I'm dead inside, and it's because my wife had to do a video conference with work, and she dyed her hair this week, and it went a bit ginger. And she's like, "Oh, can you change the lighting so I don't look like a ginge?" I'm like, "Oh, I can change like the." So I changed all like the white balance and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's much better." I like the saturation and things like that. I'm going to try and put a bit more color back into my face now. There we go. That's more like me now.
You do look a little bit less like
Apply.
there's no blood in your body.
There we go. I'm nicely
that's
tan.
Thank God for that, because I thought you were asphyxiating. So I'm pleased to see that you're okay.
I was trying to, while jacking it.
He was trying to have a go.
Yeah, just whilst on the internet. I mean, I reckon a lot of people have been doing that in the old, lockdown, trying to make some money whilst whacking it online. What do you reckon?
Nothing else to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to whack it. Might as well let people watch it anyway. So
Absolutely right. It's just basic commerce, isn't it? Absolutely.
Makes sense to me. So, I mean, I've done absolutely fuck all. What about you?
Well, I've mainly been staying in, buddy, for the most part, to be honest, so
playing
far.
It safe, eh? Like it.
Yeah. Had our Thursday night pub quiz. We've gone all the way round now, and it's the funk's turn again. So that's how long we've been in lockdown. That's how we're keeping track. Some people draw the numbers on the wall, and we do it in pub quizzes.
I like it.
Yeah, so that was Thursday. Friday night was game night, of course. It's nice to have a schedule. So game night on Friday.
Things to look forward to and also get pissed doing. Yes.
Yeah. Saturday, didn't do anything on Saturday.
No.
Just played video games.
Yeah.
On Sunday, stayed in. Yeah.
Stayed in. Yeah.
Just played video games. Stayed in.
Sorry to butt in.
Went
Sunday,
for a walk.
What?
Yeah.
Did you stop though?
No, we were Oscar Mike at all times, buddy.
That's all right.
That's all right. We kept on the road. We went to our little secret corner shop, picked up some important items like mini cheddars.
Obviously.
Halloumi.
Need that halloumi to go with like your
chocolate
ostrich
shreddies
burgers or whatever you've got.
Yeah. Some Zooms.
Ooh, Zooms.
Yeah, you're going to want your Zooms. And 20 Chesterfield Green.
There you go. Get them fags on you. Nice.
What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say I did exercise on a bike. I exercised on the bike with the kids to the fish and chip shop and back the other day. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Wow.
Fish and chips. It was lovely.
It's the British way. We have very high death rates, and we eat fish and chips. Those are the two things you know about Great Britain, isn't it? That's what we're famous for.
Absolutely, fucking nailed it.
Double whammy. So that was my weekend. I did nothing, absolutely nothing at all. And then Monday, I worked from my bedroom, buddy, as I've been doing for several weeks. Tuesday, it was me and the missus. We had our anniversary, so that was obviously always going to be a good time. We were originally planning on going away, but we decided not to, buddy. We decided not to. We thought we'd stay in, actually, have a nice night in. So that's what we did. We got executive takeaway, though, from Kai's Kitchen.
Nice.
Beautiful bit of Thai, buddy. Very, very nice indeed. Had a nice bottle of Biddenden champagne, courtesy of the Funk and his missus from some time ago.
Nice.
Absolutely right. Thanks very much for that. Some of the fucking bubbly, which seemed very fitting for our circumstances. And the only other things that I have to report are, one, I've sourced more food from my suppliers, buddy. I've got another meat order on the way and another
It's got that meat
10-litre
coming.
box of beer on the way as well.
Gotta need that 10
because, a couple of biatches, why not? And finally, this evening, with that in mind, I've moved to the shit supply. I'm on the Orangi Boom, and I was just wondering exactly what it was you're drinking this evening.
Well, this evening, buddy, while I go out shopping during the week whenever I feel like it, because,
to the shop.
What I do, I just go to the shop when I feel,
Go to the shop.
a bit sad when I'm stuck inside. I just go to the shop, like normal people. I'm on the Shepherd Neem. I'm on the double stout right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Lidl have got like some kind of beer festival thing going on. I was like, fucking sweet. I mean,
it's the season.
I'm your guy for this.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I picked up the double stout. It's a bit intense with the old coffee, though, I must say. It does say that it's only got like, notes of coffee. I'm feeling like it's got a whole espresso chucked in there.
They've just rammed it home.
Yeah, well, it's nice though. I'll drink it. Obviously, be stupid not to.
Absolutely right.
So yeah, buddy, that's some good filling for 10 minutes.
There's fuck all going on, isn't there? We should probably talk about some video games. That I've been playing some, and it looks like you have as well, buddy.
I have played some.
Would you like to talk about your games first, or would you like me to spend some time talking about Far Cry 5? Do you want to go first?
How much time are you going to talk about Far Cry 5 for? Because I don't know.
Lots of time.
Okay. Till the end of time.
You go ahead.
The never-ending story.
Ahead, buddy.
Okay. Moving out. I've been playing Game Pass, firstly, this week. Because Game Pass, really. It's there. It's a thing. It's fucking ridiculous. They've announced more games today. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to Game Pass. There you go. That's a game you can play on Game Pass later this month.
Yeah.
But another game you can play is called Moving Out. This is a game published by Team 17, the people that publish Overcooked, which is one of my favourite games, especially like co-op with the missus. And this is a kind of similar game. Obviously, it's not cooking. It's about moving houses and packing up a truck with your shit. So you're a moving company and you drive around in classic Overcooked fashion, top-down little van thing, drive around the map. You go to the different houses, whichever one's at the next level. You go on it, and it's the house. The roof is missing, and you can see all inside. There's certain items that you need to get inside the van, and you can have at it, buddy. Now, this works pretty well solo. It's quite tricky, as items can vary in size.
Right.
Obviously, as they do. Single items, like a TV, for instance, a small shitty TV. You just pick up, run around with it, happy days. You can throw it if you want, throw it in the van. Then it comes to a bed. You kind of got to drag that, which is difficult to maneuver. There seems to be a lot of pick up, put down, move over to this side, pull it in this angle, jimmy it round and stuff like that, which they actually kind of play into the game. So, for instance, I think on like the second or third level, there's like a corner sofa. And to navigate this through the door and also round a tree. So it's a case of like, right, stick this bit out, jump out, pull it round a bit, pull it through, wang it in, kind of pivot, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I was enjoying myself. But once again, with these games, they really come alive when co-op's involved and you can shout at people. That's where the fun is. Because obviously I'm doing it right and everyone else is doing it wrong.
They're all just completely incorrect, buddy, and you're the fucking Don as usual. So,
I do play a lot of these video games, so I feel like
It's not your first rodeo. You're kind of a big deal.
You know the score.
Absolutely.
I know the score. So obviously the benefit of having multiple people is these larger items you can pick up together and throw together. Now the throw mechanic is it's pretty simple. It's like a pendulum, you swing it one way, and then you let go, and it goes in that direction. Like young kids, aka my 6-year-old, kind of struggled with that, which is understandable. What is kind of fun though in this game, being able to just throw stuff straight through the windows. It's got that stupidity factor to it. Like you can just like jump through the window, grab stuff, jump back out, and chuck it, and do all kinds of stupid stuff like that. It's nice. It's got all kinds of different cutesy characters which you can, customize, and bits and bobs like that. Nice. It's a fun, like, shitty little co-op game, I would say. I kind of want it to be more like Overcooked, as in like the style and the music and the sound design, but obviously it has to be its own game. It can't be a complete copy or whatever.
No, there's already like intense comparisons. They don't need more.
Definitely no. And so obviously they've got like some kind of like 80s soundtrack and stuff like that. And there's like I don't know, in the tutorial there's like ghosts as well. But I came across like a snapping turtle that you can like avoid, and you can punch them as well, knock them out, mate. You know how it is. But yeah,
absolutely.
I think this is going to get. It's going to be a game where like me and the family just come back to every like couple of months or whenever, and just play it a bit more. Be like, oh yeah, should we have another crack at this? It seems good enough though. It's capable. Let's put it that way, and enjoyable. So yeah, I think it ticks a lot of the boxes for that style of game. So
very nice, cool, man. Good to hear.
Yeah. So the other game that I've been playing on Game Pass is Gears Tactics, buddy. This is the PC only. That's right, Microsoft.
Yeah, you bastard! Shakes fist, raw, bam,
yeah. I bet you're so pissed that you can't play Gears Tactics, buddy. Yeah.
It's starting to sound a little bit like I'm not going to be that concerned about it after you've said whatever you're about to say.
Well,
but,
actually,
go ahead, buddy. Oh,
so I've played these tactics games before. I played, I don't know, like 20 hours of XCOM. I didn't get like absolute balls deep into it, like people that love these games, but I enjoy this type of games. Like what was it, Mario Rabbids, whatever it is, that fucking stupid thing on the Switch that was like Rabbids, whatever they are, cunts.
Little fuckers.
Played a fair chunk of that and whatnot, and yeah, so this is that style of game set in the Gears thing. What's the universe? That's the saying, isn't it, these days?
Yeah.
The fucking Marvel universe and that shit, yeah. So, in the Gears universe, it's set 12 years before something happens. You're someone's dad. Like I give a fuck about the story.
Absolutely. Imagine caring about the story to Gears of War. Good God. Oh.
Yeah, so... after skipping pretty much every cutscene I could, getting into the actual tactics. So, I mean, it's a tactics game. You start off with a squad of 2, and you can grow it to 4 for certain missions. You can get all different classes and whatnot. They have different guns. There's ability trees that you can unlock by leveling up these characters. I don't know if they die for good. Probably yes, I'm gonna say, which would be shit, because that's just not fun. You put a lot of time into. Cool. Yeah, well, you can be like that, but I'm not like that. And
genuine peril, buddy. It's designed to heighten the experience, of course.
No.
No.
No. Well, that's not fun. I mean, it can be for you if that's what you want. I don't know. Yeah, obviously, Gears of War being a cover shooter game in the first place, then yeah, like this really works. You know how well the cover system in Gears is. It was one of the best ones. Was it like one of the original ones that really was just like, holy shit, this is really impressive. And I think like Uncharted not stole, but took their ideas from the original Gears of War and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, Uncharted never had snap to cover, which I much prefer. But yeah, like the sort of whole concept of cover to cover and everything,
yeah,
like it was the first one that really nobbled that, and it was copied like unbelievably. Even similar year to when it came out, stuff like Spec Ops: The Line, and
yeah.
and then obviously the Splinter Cell games kind of copied it as well, and Vegas, and yeah, all sorts.
So obviously these games have already got that built in. So to have it as a cover to cover tactical shooter, then it just works. It fits in really nicely with the aesthetics of it. You know what it's gonna do. So mission wise, it's shit happens. Really, I mean that's any mission on any game. Really, shit happens. You've got what they call the Horde or Locusts or whatever they are, bad guys.
Yeah, the Locust Horde.
They're here. You got to kill them. You got to wipe them out. It's like when they first arrive or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, combat wise, you have like 3 like action points. I think they're called AP. Great name. And with this, you can either use like 3 types of move, or you can move and shoot again, or you can shoot, or you can whatever. Combinations endless. Throw a grenade, shout really loud, run and shoot. 3 things. The main things that I ended up doing was running, shooting, and using Overwatch. So Overwatch is an ability of wherever you're standing, be it in cover or not, you can pull out your gun, and there's like kind of a range field that appears on the floor, like goes off in a V shape, like sight wise, like what you can see in your peripherals. Not peripherals, like straight sight, sorry. And that will go a distance depending on what type of gun you have active. So the standard, what's the fucking one with the chainsaw? Lancer, I'm going for. Like that,
yeah,
that's your assault rifle. That's like mid range, or you can have like your little pistol, which is long range, or shotgun, which is wide but short. So what this does is it means that if any enemies move within that sight during their move, they're going to get shot. Which really helps with the tactics of the game, because I found out that the AI loves to fucking rush you and just get you in this Overwatch, and you're like, oh fuck, like if I move or if I do anything, like he's just gonna shoot me and I'm gonna lose like half my health on that dude. So what you can do to get out of that situation, if you've got another character who isn't being covered by Overwatch, he can use like a disabling shot, and obviously you've got percentages on your chance of hitting them. The majority of the time I've been quite lucky. Say, I don't know. Well, the majority of the time, it's probably because on whatever setting I'm on, it's like, yeah, fuck it. He just wants to have fun, which I do. So it's hitting. So with this disabling shot, you can do that, and that takes them out of Overwatch, and your other character can use his 3 action points or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Like that, it makes you think a lot more about how you're gonna address situations. One thing that
lives up to its tactics name.
Yeah, I think so. Like it's another game like Civ, where you can spend a good few hours and you've only done like a mission or 2 kind of thing. The other night I was playing it. I mean, I was watching the replay of the Virtual Grand Prix on the other monitor whilst playing it, and it was quite a nice game. Just like, looking around, oh yeah, okay, right, set them up to go there, and then, and carry on watching that. Like I said, it's it's a nice, easy game that can sap up your time quite well. So
Nice.
if anyone's
That's pretty good these times.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's perfect for the situation that we're all in right now. It's probably come out at a great time for that, for PC owners. I'm really enjoying this game, to be honest. It's a good tactical shooter. I kind of enjoy the Gears thing, whatever it is. Like, I'm not a massive fan of the storyline or the over the top like acting that comes along with it, but the art style, the the design of the weapons and things like that, it's a cool environment, let's say.
Yeah.
Just needs to fucking tone it down a bit, I think, really.
It sounds like it really works as a sort of basis for a tactical game like this. It kind of fits the universe already, and that's something that I thought the original Halo Wars also did quite a good job of. So they've almost gone 2 for 2 here with turning other franchises, other genres into strategy experiences. That's quite cool. It's quite a good move.
Like you come across obviously your different enemies, and like they have different perks. Obviously. There's like fucking loot boxes hidden around the levels where you can go and pick up, and then you open them at the end, and it makes a lovely animation, and you get like an extra 10 health for putting on these jazzy pants, and it's got all of that gubbins as well. It doesn't look like there's any kind of microtransactions in there, which is a good thing, obviously. It's all just shit that you earn in the game, which is quite cool. So, like, extra 5% damage whilst, blowing a goat or something. Stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's very well put together, apart from the cutscenes. But I'm just not a fan of them anymore. Maybe, like, God knows, when did the first Gears come out? Like, 15 years ago?
07, something like
that. Yeah, I reckon. So there you go. Quite a while away. Yeah, good game. Worth a go if you like tactics and shit. It's cool.
Nice, buddy. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a shame that's not come to the consoles. But do you think the control scheme would have been a bit of a nightmare to implement, or do you think that control?
It's got a control scheme on PC. I don't know. I haven't used it.
No, then.
Because why the fuck would I?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I can, this will come to Xbox. I did play it on a. I tried playing it on my work laptop, which is it's pretty decent, and it kind of struggled a bit on that. So maybe
they're waiting for the next gen. Then
it's not coming. It would definitely run on an Xbox One X though, like no problem. But maybe not the S so well. I don't know.
But I mean, they're sure to launch titles for the new console, aren't they? So it could be an easy one to do.
Yeah, just pap it on, isn't it? Really.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Why not? But yeah,
fair enough.
It's cool. The only other game that I said played, I tried to play, and that was Streets of Rage 4. I tried to open this several times on different days, and just crashed each time. Didn't even get to like a loading screen or anything. It just doesn't want to fucking run at the moment on my PC. So I didn't play Streets of Rage 4, buddy, but you did. So
let me tell you. It's Streets of Rage. It's fucking Streets of Rage. Identically Streets of Rage.
Yeah, I thought that.
I didn't really expect it to be exactly the same, but it is exactly the same, with exactly the same characters, although a couple of additions. You're still punching a bin to death to reveal a giant chicken dinner.
Yes.
You're still constantly missing your punches because you're not quite on the same plane of view as the enemy in terms of up and down.
Yeah.
It's got set pieces. It's Streets of Rage. If you were a big fan of Streets of Rage,
yeah,
you'll like this. It looks nice. It looks like it's a nice art style. It's Streets of Rage. with a little bit of more neon chucked in.
Okay.
It's just a retro game. It's quite cool because that's all it is. It does that very well. Uh, but I was surprised. I was expecting more, either something a bit different or something really terrible. And what I got was just absolute bog standard example of that game's fucking
Cool
wheelhouse. So that's fine. A lot of people have been delighted that they haven't wrecked it. It's a good Streets of Rage game, but it just feels very weird when you fire it up, and it's like, it's still got the same style of cutscenes and dialogue. And
hasn't it got like the same music or something? I heard like exactly.
I think there are remastered sort of.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, I have to say. It's a Sega thing to a degree. I mean, Sonic Mania was a good example of that. Although, they've been making shit Sonic games for ages. Maybe that Sonic Mania taught them to cut out the middleman and just make the old game again. And people would be probably fine with that. So I have nothing else to say about it. It's equally cool and infuriating, just like the original games were.
Nice, that's what you want.
So there we are. Given. Elsewhere, I've been playing Hyperdot, which is a little puzzle game that appeared on Game Pass last week. It's kind of like it's got a bit of asteroids about it, although only some levels you're in sort of perpetual motion that you've got to balance. A lot of the time you just move when you move the stick, but you're not sort of really shooting anything, you're just kind of avoiding stuff. So it's got a bit of a Geometry Wars thing, it's got a bit of a asteroids, a bit of a sort of kind of video ball thing where the projectile's kind of coming towards you. You're on a sphere, the sphere varies in size. Sometimes it's dark, and so you can only really see stuff when it gets close, which makes it harder to dodge. And then eventually they introduce power-ups as well, which allow you to do stuff like destroy everything on the screen, the equivalent is a Resogun bomb, or something like that. It's a great example of a game that's just trying to do one thing and does it really well. I played it for much longer than I was expecting to. I think I played like 35 levels. I got the impression that there are hundreds. But it's very much just a little puzzle game. You could easily find it on a mobile or on Switch or something like that. But it runs nicely. It's got a really cool soundtrack and a decent art style. It's just very slick. Someone who really knows what they're doing has put together a slick, enjoyable little bit of arcadey gameplay. And I lapped it up. I enjoyed it for an hour or so. So have a little go at that. Hyperdot. It's on Game Pass now. I don't think it's on multi-platforms. Not certain on that one, but it's on the Xbox. I played it on my little shit heap. So
it's on PC, buddy.
Oh, perfect. There you go then. It's nice. It's not especially memorable, but it's enjoyable. Quite nice. Neo.
Neo.
You reminded me that we had this. That it was game PS Plus ages ago, and you sent it to my console for me. Thank you very much for that. And
You're welcome.
I have started playing it, and
fuck that game.
I'm not having very much fun.
Well, these things happen.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like watered down Dark Souls. I don't think it's much easier, but it just feels like a sort of shitty version of it. Graphically, it's not very pretty.
Box quote: shitty Dark Souls.
Shitty Dark Souls. Well, it's just I got an issue with. I'm so tired. I keep playing these games where every time you find a shrine and replenish your health, then all your enemies spawn back in. I'm fucking bored of it.
Yeah, I'm
sick of it. I don't want that punishment. No. I don't care what. And dear listener, I don't care what you think about it. I don't care if you think that it's a good challenge or it makes it like it's more peril or it makes it cooler.
Well, it's like
I
I
just
don't
think
want
it's
my
shit.
people to die in Gears Tactics, buddy. I don't want them to die.
I don't know. I just if I spend ages plowing through 3 rooms of enemies, I don't
But
want
it
to
makes
have
you a
to ever
better
do that
player.
again. I don't want to be a better player. It's a fucking game. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
It's
want
not.
to
It's not a
enjoy
life
myself.
skill. I don't give a fuck like how good I am at it. Which is also conversely the reason I don't want to watch any other cunt play it, and that's why I don't like esports. That's why I don't like cricket. But yeah,
I love it.
it is what it is. This game's fine. I quite like the setting. You start off in the Tower of London, which is weird. And yeah, it's cool. I'm sure I could probably get into it. But I'm not going to do that.
No.
No.
That's probably because you bought a different game.
I did win the game of buying games. I don't know. It's always hard to suggest you've won anything when you've spent money on a Ubisoft product, buddy. But I suppose
come
I've won the
on.
game of buying games. I've obviously been looking for an open world to get into, having completed a whole string of them recently, and noticed that Far Cry 5 was on the store for £12.99, which seemed like not a lot of money for a hell of a lot of game.
There's a lot of game there, I believe.
I haven't played a Far Cry game for some time. Funk lent me Far Cry 4 on disc. I never really got into it. I never actually made it past the tutorial before I got a bit bored. Far Cry 3, I liked the concept of. I played a little bit of it on your computer when I was up at your place once. But I never actually picked it up. I'm reliably informed, or reviews suggest that Far Cry 5 is a worse game than both 3 and 4. Which is fine. When they showed the original release material and trailers and stuff for this,
This is
I
the one
liked
set
it
in
as a
America,
concept,
isn't it?
setting. This is set in Montana. It centers around cult, some sort of cult that's taken over a valley in Montana, and inexplicably the government and police are doing nothing about it. You don't see them ever. I don't know
It's
why.
fine. It's fine.
That
Don't
doesn't
worry
make
about
any sense at all, unless you set the game in the 40s or something. Even then, it probably wouldn't make that much sense, but it'd certainly make more sense than it does now. So yeah, you've got this game world where there's the main brother who calls himself the father or whatever. Then there's his 3 deputies. It's very much similar to sort of a smaller version of Ghost Recon Wild Pants, where you've got the generals to defeat.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Absolutely, even down to the overworld map, the style of missions,
I love Ubisoft.
The outlines of each area. It's all the same.
It's the same. There's some towers. There are some towers.
There are some towers. They crack a joke very early doors where you start climbing a tower, and the guy's like, don't be thinking I'm going to make you wander all over the world climbing towers, just this one or whatever. Lol.
Yeah, good one. Ha 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 ha.
I think they've made that same joke in several other games.
Well, what would be better? Yeah, saying big hole in the floor, got to climb down it.
Climb down. Down you go.
Down.
It's
there
just, yeah.
It's the opposite.
It's opposite world.
Yeah.
So, some good things about this video game. The world is very cool. It's a great open world. It really channels.
Billy.
Hello.
Sorry about that screaming child. Hopefully all is good now. What were you saying? Far Cry, map, something.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Do you want a click or anything so you can find this, or are you good?
No, it's fine. You haven't stopped recording, have you?
No, we're good.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Let's start with some good things about this video game, because there are some. Firstly, the world is great. Like, it's big, as I said, set in Montana, and it feels really sort of amazing landscape, mountains and lakes and hills and trees. It does a great job of that. Huge, open, expansive sky. It's a pleasure to be in, and one of the greatest sort of open worlds that I've spent time in for absolutely ages, just because I liked the idea of a Far Cry game in the States. Like, there's so much to do there, there's so much to work with, and this feels really quite natural, and there's stuff happening all over it as well. It feels like it's kind of living. Absolutely. There's stuff going on everywhere you turn. When there's not people, there's wildlife. There's a good mixture of wildlife and people. Graphically, this game looks fantastic. Like, properly fantastic, as in, I don't know how my base PS4 is running it, and I don't understand why the rest of their fucking games look so terribly, horribly awful when they can make this. I know that they've got separate studios working on separate things, but fucking pool your resources, because those Ghost Recon games are ugly as sin, and this is beautiful. And they're basically the same fucking game.
Yeah, is it anything to do with it being a 4-player co-op game compared to a single-player game?
Well, this has got co-op all the way through it. You can play the entire campaign as a 2. I would suggest that the sort of netcode required for that should kind of suggest that it would be doable, especially as something like Wild Pants, the levels are tiny in comparison, and certainly in terms of the actual, proper tactical mode that we tended to play. Certainly that Bolivian one in the Wildlands sort of main, I suppose the original main kind of mode, was massive, but it was also massively ugly in every way. This is really pretty. So, I don't know. I just think this game's really nice looking, and that is fucking horrible, the other ones. But yeah, there's some decent quests.
Release dates between the two. There's only a year's difference between Far Cry 5 and Wild Pants, so I was thinking, maybe it's just further down the development line, or they've got used to these consoles a bit more. But no, it's not. I don't know.
Doesn't seem to be. I mean, to a degree, perhaps, but either way, this is just really nice looking. There's some decent quests. And it controls nicely. The combat's solid. The driving, the flying, the boating is fun. It controls quite nice. Running about is quite nice. It's easy to play and quite enjoyable to do so. Yeah. There's the good stuff. Bad stuff.
Go on.
This game's fucking dog shit, man. Like, this game is properly fucking shit. It's buggy as hell. Like, absolutely buggy as hell. Some of the things I have witnessed, oh my lord. Earlier I was fighting a bear which disappeared. I've witnessed people arriving in helicopters, except there's no helicopter. They just fly down from the sky in a sitting position and then get out of an invisible nothing and run towards me. This game spawns people all over the fucking place, clear as day in front of you, sometimes inches from you, with shotguns to insta-kill you. Regularly they'll spawn in your field of view, like right in front of your face. Oh, look, there's a dude there, and now I'm fucking dead. Brilliant. Like, holy shit. The story is a shambles, like an absolute fucking shambles.
Yeah.
The script is horrendous.
Nice.
Like,
classic Ubi.
Man, I was listening to reading a rock paper shotgun article where the guy literally wrote an article for no other reason than to just dick on this game because he was so angry about it. Like It wasn't even a task set to him by the editorial team.
He
was just
took it
like,
upon himself.
I had to write this. Yeah, absolutely. Like this game, you're just minding your own business in the world. It's annoying enough already because every quest is pretty much bullshit, and every mainline story quest feels a bit sort of fetchy and a bit sort of just contrived and shit. All of the NPCs, by the way, every time you pick up a quest, it's like 10 minutes of fucking, or it feels like, it's probably more like 1 or 2 minutes, but it feels like an age of them just babbling away at you. Like, so not only is the script fucking dreadful, but there's loads of it. Like, it doesn't stop. They won't shut their fucking mouths all the time. Every single person you meet, just poorly written drivel takes such a, I'm skipping through everything all the time just to get to the bit where they tell me go and fucking collect a pelt from a bear, or I left my pen here, go and fucking retrieve it. But
yeah.
So you're doing this, and you'll be mainlining the fucking story. The 3 sections, by the way, varying levels of annoyance. The dude with the sunny G's, he's the least annoying because he's the most sort of conventional rather than sort of weirdly supernatural. But then you've got the girl, the sister. She's like running the drug aspect of things, and all of the drug stuff is just appallingly, like, embarrassingly cliche. Just constant nonsense. People doing stuff apparently because of the bliss. Oh, they're on the bliss. The game does this really annoying thing whenever you're like near the bliss or bliss.
I'm guessing
it's like plants. Like it's basically ganj, but it's like really hallucinogenic. And whenever you're near or in a sort of area with it, then the camera starts wobbling about and there's stars and stuff, which I'm sure they were really proud of. But it's fucking annoying. Always annoying.
It's always bollocks.
So this game is constantly pulling you out of what you're doing, forcibly removing you from the game world to feed you lengthy cutscenes. You're minding your own business. There's a bar at the top for each character, and as you progress to dismantling their domain and pissing them off, then they'll send hunting parties out to get you, where they'll shoot you with, like, they call them bliss bullets. You never, like, most of the time, I never see a fucking soul, and then suddenly you hear a thump, and then you're like captured or whatever. It fades to black and then feeds you a fucking 10-minute cutscene, like with one of these characters just mindlessly babbling at you. The bliss ones were incredibly annoying. All of them are incredibly annoying, and often you'll be doing actual story missions when they take you out to show you these cutscenes.
Cool.
Yeah, and then they'll put you back somewhere completely different to where you originally were, like the main base of whatever region you were in, and you come out and someone's standing over you like, "Oh, I thought we'd lost you there," like cliched bullshit like that. You might have been like hunting something. You might have been in the middle of a fucking mission. You might have been taking down an outpost. You might have been in a vehicle that you saved up for, or something.
You might have been having some fun.
You're trying to. You were trying to. You can't do that. You have to listen to our fucking bullshit story.
Cool.
So yeah, nothing makes sense. Like, the characters constantly going on about how they're reasonable and the world's a terrible place to be in, which doesn't work if they're also ripping people's skin off and hanging them on pikes and hanging them from lampposts and stuff. You can't pretend. You can't write a story where you might be wavering towards the bad guys being the good guys if they're killing everyone visibly, with flagrantly, with with reckless abandon throughout.
It's not a good move.
Nor would that happen in this country. Like, it doesn't make sense. You can't have it in the States and then also have it as though you're in fucking Borneo or something. It's not remote. It's not, that doesn't work, especially in modern times. It's no, nothing makes sense. Nobody matters. I don't care if I die most of the time because the game's broken. And then it's got this crowd out combat where not only does it spawn enemies in all the time, but they'll completely crowd you, like absolute no
Just overrun
regard
you.
for their own well-being, no
Yeah.
tactics of any kind.
No, don't need
Occasionally
any of
they'll
them.
pop behind some cover, but most of the time they just charge you down. Lots of like long distance enemies and tanky enemies. The game starts out by basically if you headshot someone they die, which I much prefer from my video
that makes
games
more sense.
because I put a bullet in you, so fucking sit down.
Yeah.
But in this game, it does that for a little while, and then it starts introducing tankier and tankier enemies. I've had several turret sequences where I've just been absolutely eviscerated in seconds. I've had to redo it over and over again. I did a mission last night where I had to restart it 20 times because I kept dying. I think I'm quite good at video games, and I'm only playing on normal difficulty.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. It just made me really angry
normal.
and frustrated.
Yeah.
I ran out of ammo all the time. Lots of really annoying stuff. To replenish your ammo, you have to go to people who are like weapons dealers, a la The Division, except every time you hold triangle to fire up that store, it takes longer than it should do, like 10 seconds or so, because it says, please wait. And what it's doing is connecting to the PlayStation network because there's another currency and it needs to hook up to that so it can try and sell you microtransactions.
If you've got any of them to spend. Oh,
absolutely.
Nice.
Half the content is gated behind this secondary microtransaction. You very rarely have enough money for like most of the items because of this. It's constantly bombarding you with the idea that you should buy this fucking bullshit. This is now available. You might want to go and check back at the store. This is a single player fucking game. And it's a first person game. I don't care what hat I'm wearing. I never ever see myself.
I'm not going to see my hat.
It doesn't matter if I'm naked. It'd make no difference.
It doesn't matter if you even have legs or not, buddy.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. So for all those reasons, I'm having a decent enough time playing this game because the world is great and it's quite fun to shoot stuff for the most part, and it's something to do because we're in a lockdown.
Nice.
But this is a bad video game.
Okay.
There's so much wrong with it. It's embarrassing. I don't understand. Is it on purpose? Do they know that the story is shit? Like,
no.
Do they know that it's shit? Are you sure? Because I mean, like 700 people worked on this video game.
So are they playing like the long-term joke with like every single game they produce? Then like, oh yeah, we're getting them good. This is funny because it's really shit. Is it like
no
that kind? No.
What I'm suggesting is they're trying to be all things to all people. They're trying to appeal to every demographic, and in doing so, inevitably, what they're creating, like narrative-wise, is fucking toilet. But at least in some form or another, bits and pieces of it appeal to everyone. So it's not good for anyone, but it's not terrible for anyone either.
So it's mainstream, is what you're saying. They want to hit the mainstream market where no one really thinks about anything, and they mainly play Call of Duty, FIFA, Assassin's Creed. There you go. There's a classic one that was right down. I'm
suggesting they've had studies and board meetings where they've said there is no reason for us to create a narrative masterpiece here.
Yeah,
we'd be far better off being like, okay, it's got this in it, this in it, this in it, this in it, and trying to appeal in some small way to the entirety of the world rather than having any semblance of a coherent narrative.
Yeah, it's a case of it needs X, Y, Z, and then in the trailer we need to show X, Y, Z, and don't worry about the other letters in the alphabet. Who gives a fuck? It's got X, Y, Z in it, buddy. We're minted.
I haven't met a single character in the entire game that I like or care about. And there's so many characters. You know, and this is a game that encourages you to run with a crew. So you can have two like compadres who you meet throughout the game, you pick them up, they can fucking do stuff. You got a dude who's got a plane, you got some bird with a helicopter, you can have a dog or a cougar. Obviously, those are the two to go for because they don't fucking talk all the time. So you got the cougar can do like stealth kills.
Oh, I thought you meant like a older lady cougar.
No, unfortunately not. Either way, what this really serves to do is further reinforce the fact that I should never have been excited for the new Watchdog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Legion, where it is.
Yeah. No, if you're in any way hyped for that video game, forget it. Give yourself a talking to. Just play Far Cry 5. You'll come out the other end,
But it's
and you'll
set in
be
London.
There's no way
You can be a granny.
that you will be excited for that video game anymore, or the new Assassin's Creed, or anything else they're fucking making.
Oh yeah, Valhalla, buddy.
What a depressing, embarrassing company Ubisoft is.
How
There's
do
so much
Assassins
potential.
work?
They've got such resources, and they're wasted. Completely wasted. The technology is there. The talent is there. Like, you can only blame the management. Like, because
I don't know.
You know, and then you got the microtransaction bullshit in there as well, which they started off by pretending they were the nice company, and now they're the main providers of this like multi-currency stuff, like multiple season pass bullshit, Steelbox edition.
They are the ball lickers.
They really are the ones who lick balls. So yeah, there you go, buddy. Whether anyone wanted a half-hour segment on a 2-year-old video game this evening, I don't know or care. But you've had it. There it is.
Yeah, nice. We had some new games in there. We talked about Streets of Rage 4 and Gears Tactics moving out. I don't know if that's new. I'm guessing it is. It's new on Game Pass, so fuck it.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is new.
We got fresh new content, and then also that game that is nice but shit, I guess.
I'm still playing it. I'm over halfway through it, and I'll very likely finish it because
what else are you gonna do?
It's fun to wander about that game world.
Yeah,
but
I'll have to join you.
It's just another example. Yeah, you should come in. You should. It's certainly a good laugh to do dumb shit in if it'll leave you alone. And the most fun that I've had is there's outposts in each zone. Full of enemies, and it's clear the outpost. There's 3 alarms. Try and disable them. Try and stealth kill everyone. You've got a bow. The bow's decent in this, although it doesn't do enough damage. Sometimes
fucking love
people can do
bows.
more than one shot. Yeah, me too. It's great. So you fucking fly in, and there's some compound down here. There's woodland at the bottom and a hill at the top, and it's like, okay, I land my chopper up on the hillside.
Yeah,
I can get my binocs out. I can scope everyone out. It marks them all, and then I can wander down the hill. I can creep through the bushes, disable the alarms, stealth kill everyone. It's Splinter Cell. I like that. That's why I'm playing. But yeah, everything else is pretty fucking awful about it.
Nice.
So yeah, those are the games. Unless you've got anything else, buddy. That's pretty much the show. We haven't really got anything else going on.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I'm just trying to think what I'm going to try and play this week. Like, fuck me. I don't know. I'll probably crack on with Gears Tactics, but I don't know what's on. I'm sure I saw some more shit coming on Game Pass, like, now. Have we spoken about the PS Plus games that are out this month? City Skylines and Farming Simulator 19.
I think we mentioned it briefly. Yeah.
If we didn't, fuck me, that's a pile of wank, isn't it? It's not great.
I don't know. City Skylines is decent.
I'd play that.
You don't really want to play it on a console.
No, and I've got it on PC anyway, but that's not my fault. Well, no, that is my fault, sorry. But yeah,
the spring sale's finally gone now, so maybe we'll get
like the hidden gem sale, I think it's called now, or some bollocks like that. But no, there's like petitions about this month's PS Plus games going about. I'm like, why? Just fuck me.
I mean, I don't think it's a standout bad month, really.
I've seen worse, not that I can remember.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure it's been worse than those 2 games. But yeah, people ain't happy because they were like, yes, free games this month. Well, free games with your subscription or whatever. But
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Microsoft they're laying it on thick with all the Game Pass releases. There's a fair old stuff coming out here and there.
Endless Legends
really,
coming to PC. That looks really well. That is a cool game. I played it years ago. It's a very, very good game. It's turn-based shit. Worth a punt if you like that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'm just waiting for next month now. We get stuff like Assetto Corsa and The Last of Us next month. So it starts to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, it'll come around.
Then you got there's stuff on the horizon. We should probably finish off with a little comment from Cosmic Dad from our Discord, bearing in mind that we do have a Discord that you can come and join in the festivities on.
Yeah.
You can find it from a link from our Twitch streams, or you could head to the JfG Podcast.co.uk, where you'll find a link to it there as well, amongst other things. Probably, I don't know, I can't remember. There's stuff there. Anyway, come and get involved. There's plenty of free games on offer. Gigaram has been at it again this week, sniffing out the deals, and by deals I mean free shit. Bit of a ledge. Cosmic Dad this week posted this in from the ESRB regulator over Cyberpunk 2077, which is a game that's not too far away at this point. And this little quote that says, "Players can select a gender and customize their character. Customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as various sizes and combinations of genitals." Cosmic Dad says, "Well, that sounds fascinating."
Yeah, I like the combination of genitals. Does that mean like I can have some balls and a vag?
You can have an innie and an outie, buddy. It'd be lovely.
Yeah. Just have everything. I just want it all.
Just want it all, just all the way
just
around.
Put it all, yeah. Just have
like
it all.
Like a carousel of genitals. Would be...
Carousel of genitals. Yeah. I would call this podcast that, but I mean, carousel of genitals. Can we go for that?
I can see no reason why we can't call this week's episode a carousel of genitals.
Okay.
I don't believe that you would struggle to find it if you needed to look it up from this point forward. You're not going to get that many hits on a carousel of genitals.
You say that, but times are hard right now.
Maybe don't Google it at work.
I'm looking forward to making my character, I guess, in Cyberpunk 2077.
I'd like to be able to put the genitals anywhere I want on the body rather than just in the downstairs area.
Yeah,
that'd be
exactly.
nice. I'd like to have cock toes and a vag face. That'd be nice.
Can I have multiple peni on my nips?
I hope so. That'd be nice.
Penis
just
nipples.
Sort of poking out.
You could be a Bullchinian. You could just Bullchinian.
Yes, bollocks cheek.
Yeah.
The ultimate fucking operation. Looking forward to that game.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be very good.
Hopefully it'll be better than Far Cry 5. That'd be good.
I believe it will be.
Still, it was only 13 quid, buddy. I
know. Yeah, you've done well there, buddy. Right, let's go and play some Far Cry 5.
Let's do it. I'll do that with you. It'll be a beautiful thing. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. A little bit of a shorter one this week, but fuck you. So thanks so much. We'll be back. we'll be back next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell.